Are you thinking about buying a home in Hamilton? Well, today I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 neighborhoods to buy in 2025. Going to be talking about where they are, what homes cost, and generally give you a little taste of what it's like to live in each of these places. But before we get started, my name is Joey D'Ambrosio. I am the People's Realtor. It is my duty to serve the people of the GTA and beyond reach their real estate goals. So if you want to learn more about what it's like living in Hamilton, please make sure you subscribe and follow along. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first up, let's talk about Stoney Creek. Now, Stoney Creek is not technically its own neighborhood. In fact, it was its own city up until 2001 when it was amalgamated into Greater Hamilton, along with some other areas. But nonetheless, it is a great area if you are a family, if you're looking to make that next level move up to your second home, anyone that needs to commute. It's right along the QEW with easy access. So if you're going to Toronto, Niagara, beyond, it is a great area to hop on the highway. And if we jump on over to the map view, we have Hamilton over here. And if you travel east, you're going to see Stoney Creek is kind of this chunk right here. And it's great. You got the beach, which is north, and then you have this kind of residential area that's kind of the older town, Stoney Creek. And once you go up the escarpment, up the mountain, which is what we say in Hamilton, we have an escarpment that kind of cuts through the city into two halves, but upper lower Hamilton, and we call it the mountain, but it is not a mountain. If you've never seen it, don't get your hopes up. But anyways, so as we can see here, this is the kind of the escarpment right here. So it kind of cuts through, right? So you got lower Stoney Creek down here, and then upper Stoney Creek is kind of this area over here, which has a lot of new developments within the past 15 to 20 years. There's been a lot of new homes being built up there. So you're going to see some higher prices up there. But if you go down the hill, go down to Old Stoney Creek, where the old downtown is, a lot of older homes. You can find some great value and some good deals there, but generally it's not on the cheaper side. I will say that if you're a first-time home buyer and you have a budget, just like anyone, you may want to look closer to the east end of the city or maybe closer to downtown. If we want to take a look at what stuff's going in Hamilton for, like what prices are we looking at? I would say on the lower end, you're going to be looking at 700 all the way up to the low millions, maybe 1.1, 1.2 for something really nice. As I said, there is a wide variety of different homes, as it's not just a neighborhood, it was its own town. So if we're going down here, this is kind of the older town, Stoney Creek. Something like this might be a little more typical to what you're seeing. This style home is very common. $769. It's not bad at all. I mean, looks like it's got some updates, but needs some work. So that price doesn't seem too far off. If we want to take a look at something else, maybe let's check out something up the mountain, as we say in Stoney Creek. You'll see a lot more higher prices, right? This one is very expensive, so that's an outlier. I wouldn't say that's very common, but anyways, Stoney Creek, don't sleep on it. Tons of stuff to do. We have a drive-in theater, which you don't see many areas have that. So we get a drive-in theater. We have the Devil's Punch Bowl, which is a great scenic view of the city. And why don't we actually just hop on over to Google Earth here. So Devil's Punch Bowl, there's a nice big waterfall right here. And then if you walk along this path, there is a big big cross that overlooks the city. It lights up at night. You can kind of see it from anywhere in town. But it has a beautiful kind of view of Stoney Creek and beyond. And there's Hamilton, in the distance. I don't mean to point, but yeah, it's a beautiful area. Like I said, you got the Lake Ontario to the north. And then up here, this is kind of the newer developments of Stoney Creek. And then you have all this rural land here, lots of farms, beautiful countryside, big sunsets, and it's great. So can't recommend Stoney Creek enough. Okay, next up, let's talk about Crown Point. Yeah, Crown Point is actually two neighborhoods, kind of. It's Crown Point East and Crown Point West, and that's located on the east side of Hamilton, and it is a great area for first-time home buyers. Maybe if you are looking for an investment property, or if you want a place to spruce up, you're going to find a lot of value in Crown Point East and West. And the nice thing about it is you have Ottawa Street, which kind of splits through the middle of the two neighborhoods. And Ottawa Street has definitely seen a makeover in the past 10 to 15 years. A lot of culture and shops and artsy kind of places moved in there, cafes. You're going to find a lot of great little neighborhood spots there. So again, let's just hop on over to the map view. And if we zoom in here, Crown Point is kind of this area here. And these two right here. So I'm gonna just draw a quick little map right through here, and you're gonna find a lot of great homes here. Typical smaller, a lot of older homes. So you might find homes, up to maybe 100 years old in this neighborhood. But again, it's a great area. And if we want to see how much kind of stuff costs in Crown Point East, Crown Point West, let's go take a look at a typical house in that neighborhood. So as you can see, these are kind of the style homes you're going to see. 1.5 story, stuff like that, smaller on the smaller end, but you're generally going to find a lot of great value here. Houses that are kind of updated, you're going to get 600 and below, I would say. And the range is around, I would say, 400 on the very low end. And when I say 400, I mean you're going to go in there with a sledgehammer. You're going to have some work to do, to be honest. But 400 to maybe 700, 750 for something really nice. As I said, the homes are smaller, so you have to keep that in mind. But let's kind of take a look at Ottawa Street here. So yeah, if we take a look at Ottawa Street, it's definitely seen a resurgence over the years. You got the Avon Theater there, which is available. If you want to rent it out, let me know. But there's lots of cool shops, cool little cafes and stuff. So highly recommend. Now, why don't we take a trip down the street? And these are really all the kinds of homes you're going to see in the Crown Point neighborhoods. These are typically what they all look like. So Crown Point, great little area, great spot. If you're looking for your first home, you're going to find lots of value here. So highly recommend Crown Point. Okay, next up, let's talk about Westdale. Now, Westdale is a great neighborhood, beautiful neighborhood, surrounded by greenery. It's got that perfect mix of charm, community, with a great location, ease of access to the highway. And what I love about Westdale is you're going to find a lot of beautiful century homes, well maintained, big, beautiful old trees lining the streets. It's a very lived-in neighborhood, a lot of century homes, but generally well maintained. You got McMaster University in the neighborhood, so you can invest in a student rental there if you'd like, but it's also very family-friendly orientated, neighborhood. Big yards, long driveways. You can't beat it. Now, if we jump over to the map view here, we can see all of Hamilton. And what we've been talking about so far is east, right? So we had Stoney Creek over here, and Crown Point we talked a bit about, and that's kind of the east end of Hamilton. But when we're looking at Westdale, we're going to come all the way just a bit out of downtown to this nice, beautiful pocket of land here. Generally, it's this area. And as you can see, surrounded by lots of greenery, lots of nature, beautiful hiking trails. You got Royal Botanical Gardens, Coots Paradise, Princess Point. These are all stunning, beautiful locations. You know, if you want to go take a selfie or two, or just get some pics in nature, just spend some time in nature. This is a great, great area. So as you can see in Westdale, you have a ton of green space, places to go, things to see. Hamilton, we don't have a shortage of beautiful nature to go explore, and I always implore anyone to check out our trails and waterfalls. We are the city of waterfalls, if you didn't know that, and that is a true fact. You can look that up. So yeah, this is Coots Paradise right here, and it's a big place. As you can see, lots of places to check out in Westdale, and you're gonna find a lot of homes, like I said, with that kind of century home vibe to them, right? As you can see, a lot of these homes are kind of older. You can tell, 2-story. You're gonna find a lot of these ones there, and this is generally what you're gonna find in Westdale. Older homes, decently maintained. I love them. A lot of character, and really, if that's what you're looking for, Westdale is perfect. Community, location, and greenery, which I find is so important. I would be wary about some areas, not that they're not safe, but there is a lot of student rentals there, and you know how university students can get crazy, right? So keep that in mind. But that's only, generally a couple spots, but overall, amazing family-friendly neighborhood, great place to raise your kids, tons of places to go, to see, to take pictures if you like. You got the lake right there and the harbor right there. It is a wonderful area. Highly recommend. Overall, Westdale, 2 big thumbs up. Okay, next up we have Durand and Corktown. Now, this is where you want to go, where you want that downtown kind of lifestyle, but with the charm and character instead of just glass towers. We got century homes, lofts, condos, crazy walkability, and some of the best streets in the city. And if you don't, as I was saying, there's great public transport here. So if you're looking for a place where you don't want to have to drive everywhere, maybe you don't own a car, this is where you want to be. It's kind of central to everything. You can get public transit up the mountain pretty easily, and you can get around the city quite comfortably. So yes, if you don't want to drive, this is where you need to be. And like I was saying, you kind of got that downtown feel, but not so much of the downtown craziness. A lot of great nightlife, bars, cafes, restaurants. This is generally a really good area for that kind of stuff. And you're going to see homes kind of similar to the Westdale kind of homes, century homes. Maybe not as grand or as big, although there are some streets that have some beautiful homes in them. But great homes, generally well kept. And overall, it's just an awesome neighborhood to be. Okay, jumping over to our map here, we can see, so we have Westdale over there, and Stoney Creek, and the East End over here, and Corktown and Durand is just below downtown, a little bit to the south, right under the Escarpment, which is great. So you have the Escarpment here, or the mountain, as we like to call it. And we got Corktown here, so let's just take a look. Corktown is here, and then Durand is right here, and it goes right up to the Escarpment, which offers some great views. Now, home prices. Let's talk a little bit about home prices and what kind of homes you're gonna find there. Now, these neighborhoods have a lot of condos, so you got a mix of condos and a mix of those homes I was talking about in Westdale, century homes, well maintained. Closer to the escarpment, you're going to find some beautiful kind of mansions, century homes, tons of character, tons of big trees, lots of nature. So that's going to be definitely a thing. If you're into that, it's great. It's great. So it's a very walkable neighborhood. It's great for, younger people who want to be close to the action, so to speak, close to some great nightlife, restaurants, definitely in walking distance. Easy to get up and down the mountain, like I was saying. And it's great for people who don't want to live in the suburbs, right? You got everything you need just around you. So as you can see, a lot of condos for sale. But there's also some beautiful homes like this one here, century home. It's an older home. And what I love about these homes is just the character they have inside. As you can see, this one's very well maintained. And a lot of them have these pocket doors that separate the dining room and the living room. You'll see a lot of these style homes in these neighborhoods in the Westdale area and the Corktown, Durand area. So overall, big, nice homes, generally well maintained. A lot of condos, if that works for you too. Great homes, great area, bars, walkability, ticks all the boxes. Price range of about, if you're looking for a detached home, maybe $850, up to 1.1, 1.2, and then you got those mansions that go even beyond that. So Durand, Corktown, another 2 big thumbs up. Okay, and the last neighborhood I want to talk about today is Rosedale. Okay, Rosedale. I love Rosedale. Criminally underrated. It flies under everyone's radar, but it seems that once people move there, they don't want to leave. I can't say enough good things about this place. I love it. I love the location. I love the green space. So why don't we just jump over to our map view here and take a look. See, we got Hamilton proper over there. We have Stoney Creek, which we talked about, to the east. But if we jump down here, you can see Rosedale. Now, Rosedale is really, it's kind of tucked away in the back of Hamilton. The escarpment kind of wraps around it, so it kind of keeps it, I don't want to say hidden, but it's just kind of off to the side, so you're not going to get a lot of through traffic. It's a very, very family friendly neighborhood, quiet, and I can't say enough good things. Quickly down the road to downtown, ease of access to up the mountain to the QEW via the Red Hill Valley Parkway, which connects everything. So I love Rosedale. And, as we're looking at the map here, you can see we have Kings Forest Golf Club right here, which is a great golf course. I've been a member a couple years over the years. I love it. It's very hard. I suck at golf, but I love it. The greenery, the views. So if you're a golfer, this is a great place to live. If you come down here, just at the end of a residential street, unseemingly, you got Rosedale, community center here, the park, and then also you have the golf course. So just past the community center there, you see you have this beautiful golf course, nice views. The Red Hill Valley Trail is just right there, so it's a great spot. Now let's take a look at kind of what these homes look like. They're all kind of, there's a lot of variety, but generally a lot of the same size homes, older kind of homes, bungalows, 2 stories, 1.5 stories, a lot of different styles. But again, it's great, super quiet, great spot for first-time home buyers. I will say that, I think that Rosedale kind of blew up a few years ago. You had great value in the neighborhood. Homes have definitely jumped up, but there's still lots of value there, lots of opportunities to get in there as a first-time home buyer. Now, talking about home prices, you're going to find a lot of the detached homes, mainly bungalows, like I was saying, wartime homes, big lots, mature trees, and you're looking at a price range of around 650 to 900,000 for most homes. There's not too much range there, and it's not too big of a neighborhood, but like I said, it's great, tight-knit, small, surrounded by the Escarpment, which is really nice, offers great views in that regard. Super community-oriented, lots of long-time residents, so you don't see homes pop up there too much, honestly. But once you get in there, people seem to love it. Like I said, they don't want to leave. So there you have it, my top 5 neighborhoods to buy in Hamilton in 2025. But remember, every area's got its own vibe, its own price point, and its own pros and cons. And the right fit depends on you, your lifestyle, your goals, and your budget. So if you're thinking about buying in Hamilton, moving from the GTA, or just want a clearer picture of what your options are, I would love to help. Shoot me a message, call me, or text me anytime. My info's down below. And if this video helped you out, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know which neighborhood stood out to you the most. I'm dropping new videos every week to help you navigate this market, so if you want to learn more about living in Hamilton, definitely subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. People's Realtor out.